Welcome friends to another Dune video. Today we are going to examine the Butlerian Jihad, humans versus machines and Cymeks. We're going to examine a number of battles that take place throughout it and look at what helps each side in order to try and draw a conclusion of what allowed humans to win the jihad. This video is of course focused on the military warfare side of the argument. Spoilers for the Legends of Dune throughout, let's get into it. Cymek projectiles land outside of the city on Seleucia Secundus. They have gotten through the scrambler shields as they have human minds piloting them, and they begin destroying the city around them. They give out smoke, and then Kinjal bombers piloted by humans hit the area around them. The Cymeks use flamethrowers and projectile weapons, but fight as individuals. 2 bombs hit a Cymek, but it emerges still operational from the rubble. If these Cymeks take out the planet's shield generators, then the scrambler shields that protect the planet will go down, and the machine fleet in orbit under Omnius will invade. Xavier Harkonnen sees one of the Cymeks taken down with bomb strikes, but the bomb spread is too wide to be effective, so he leads forces to target mechs one at a time with multiple strikes. He leads it himself, and this strategy works to destroy them. Here we see the differences in tactics between the sides, as the Cymeks fight separately, though they would likely reap through the humans and reach the generator better, easier, fighting together. The fact they are individuals weakens this, but the humans notice why their first bombing run did not stop the enemy, and so they change tactics and strike together, letting them get one over on the Cymeks and prevent them taking the planet. In the next conflict, Omnius takes Gidi Prime by using a machine vessel to fly down into the planet's atmosphere. Other decoy ships are also sent. The main vessel, despite the scrambler net neutralizing the gel circuitry brain that pilots it, it continues to fall and hits the field jet transmitter, creating a crater half a kilometer wide. And with the scrambler fields down, the machine forces descend to take the planet. Here we see the strategy of the machines adapting, Omnius sacrificing another to take a planet. In this case, several of his ships reach the planet's surface, the machine sacrificing others for himself. In our next scenario, a human fleet moves to take Earth from Omnius. Whatever the machines throw at them are turned by the Holtzman shields that are now in place, though it is an early version. The Earth ships have them, though many unshielded craft are destroyed, and also those whose shields fail. The humans then begin to rain atomics on Earth. Some are exploded in the air by the machines under the command of Omnius, but many atomics still get through, eliminating the Earth copy of Omnius. In our world, war has always been a driver of advancement in technology of warfare. Here we see an early version of the Holtzman shield, an advancement made throughout the course of the jihad and not yet fully realized in its final form. And we see how it gives humans an advantage. We also see people sacrificing themselves for this cause, be it through belief in it or desperation for humanity's survival, with many in the fleet having no shield protection but going to fight anyway. Poitrin is surrounded by human vessels. Through misinformation, the machines learn that T.O. Holtzman can create invisibility fields and extraordinary durable hull armor. The machine fleet has at least 3 times as many ships as the humans do. The decoy fleet in orbit shows outwardly that they are powered up weapons, and the machines move towards them, but most of that orbital fleet is made of scrap metal. A group of decoy ships flies to meet the machine forces, looking like Jihad battleships, and then another group joins the first. Then ships that can fight are launched from the ground, and with both real and decoy ships arrayed before them, the machine ships grind to a halt. They are given pause. The operational ships begin to fire, and the machines do not know that the other ships cannot. So the machines calculate that they can have no victory and retreat, the great bluff working. I found this a difficult one to judge. The human ability to bluff and think about more than the ships in the air is one consideration, and the men in them wins the day, so it works, and that is put against the robots who take the threat literally as what they see. I think the robots' failure here is because they do not understand the human ability to think outside the box and take things not as they look, and not as literally as they are presented to them. The next battle, and the final battle of the Butlerian Jihad in fact, is the battle for Corin. Initially, scrambler satellites are used to trap all the machine forces in Corin as they gather there to defend the Corin Omnius, the last copy of Omnius. And once they are trapped there, around 20 years passes. Then, at that point, the human fleet goes through the scrambler satellite network, and the robots form walls to block them. The machines fire, but their attacks are blocked by the Holtzman shields. But the shields quickly begin to overheat. As they begin to flicker out, other shielded ships take their place, whilst other ships, also with shields, just hold on for a few more moments and are destroyed, sacrificing themselves. The human ships launch fighters with pulse atomics to help them reach the surface. They do, and ground forces are unleashed, and Ginna's mercenaries use pulse warheads to kill the final Omnius and win the war. What gets the ships to the surface, and the opposite of what we have seen them do in other examples, sacrificing others as opposed to sacrificing yourself. Here that spirit is what wins the day, giving your life for another, putting yourself in danger for a cause bigger than yourself, something the machine Omnius perhaps cannot understand when everything is about its own survival. So those are the elements that I feel help the humans win the Butlerian Jihad. Now friends, I turn this over to you. What do you think to the elements that help the humans win? What could the machines have learned that would have helped them? Have you flown a ship through scrambler fields to deploy a pulsed warhead? Comment down below.